Are you man ready to talk, yeah?
Yeah, let's go.
All
Let's
right,
go.
well,
We're
let's
ready.
get into it. So today we got a guest, goes by the name of Ali, aka Big Ali PT.
Come on.
Come on. And yeah, we're gonna get into some stuff today. You know, Ali grew up like playing football, played at academy football at Cambridge, went over to Turkey, and is now a full-time PT. But first, let's just talk about, and it seems like we talk about this on every single episode, but like this COVID-19 stuff, like how has it affected you as a PT? Has it been good for you?
Yeah.
Have you had to adapt your business and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah. So thanks for having me on that first.
Of course.
First when COVID happened,
Mm-hmm.
I thought, fuck. I thought my business had gone downhill because
Yeah.
so I was working at Oxford Street, at Fitness First there.
Okay.
And my business was really good. Like I was fully booked, PT on the gym floor.
Yeah.
When COVID happened, I was like, yeah, man, this is only going to be for a couple of weeks. But boy, it's been like a year now.
Yeah,
You know,
it's
about
been
a
a
year
year.
now. Yeah. So when it first happened, I was scared. First 2 weeks, I didn't do nothing. I was a bit baffled with what's going on. And then I thought to myself, I need to do something to get my business online.
Yeah.
So I actually invested in a mentor.
Okay.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, I invested in a mentor, paying him some ridiculous amount of money. But
Yeah.
this guy is someone that I've been going to seminars for a couple of years, and
Okay.
I thought, you know what, it's time to actually invest.
Okay.
Because I've realized, regardless of what you're doing, man, if you're not investing in education, upskilling, you're not gonna get nowhere. That's 100%. Right?
Yeah. So what gave you the mindset to want to say, yeah, I'm going to invest in a mentor instead of, I don't know, some people went on YouTube and, you know, found motivation that way or read books. Like, what made
Yeah.
you think mentors for me?
I think I invested in this mentor that I have, a guy called Phil Graham, is because he's been in my position. He knows exactly what I'm going through. And one of my things was to transfer my business online because it's much more scalable.
Yeah.
So on the gym floor, you have how many hours in the day? And being a PT, it's from waking up from like 4:35 in the morning, bro, all day, like you're dead, man. When the weekend comes, you don't want to talk to no one. Because imagine like you're talking to about 6-7 different people every day. And my energy needs to be exactly the same from 6 in the morning till the 7 p.m. at night. Because this is what people are paying me for.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
For every single person as well, regardless who they are, age,
Exactly.
you know what I mean, everything.
Because
So
I think the people in the city as well, they're coming from like office jobs, like boring. They're sick of their, I don't know, wife or husband pissing them off. They got a boring office job, and they're coming to you. Some people don't come for the training; they just come to chat to you. I've had lots of clients who just come into me, we do like free exercises.
Yeah.
They just talk to you
Yeah.
because they want some energy from you. They've had a bad day, and that's all they want.
Yeah.
But investing in this was 100% the best thing I've done all this year.
So taking your business online, has it been like successful for you? Has it been okay to adapt? Like, what's been the hardest thing about it going online now?
Well, at first when I invested in it, like I was a bit scared. I was like, this is a risk I'm gonna take. But my dad always told me, regardless of what happens, if you're not willing to take risks, you're not gonna grow.
Okay.
So
That's
I
good
needed
advice.
I needed to take a risk. I took a risk. I was like, look, I'm either gonna lose this money and I'm gonna learn, or something big's gonna happen. Like my business at the moment online is doing much better than when I was doing PT on the gym floor.
So you've actually come out better and more stronger, you would say.
Yeah,
so
100%.
you've actually, it's the best thing that could have happened for you in
100%.
terms of like, even if things were go back to normal, you'd probably stay.
Yeah, because at the moment I have a few clients left in the gym, because most of my clients, because they're working in the offices around Oxford Street, they're not coming back to the office no more. And most of them are going to be working from home forever now. Like they're not coming back.
Yeah.
And even at the moment, I was thinking about trying to wiggle both at once and try and do a couple of like face-to-face sessions. Because I like speaking to people.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like interacting with people. Sitting on your laptop all day can be boring.
100%.
Do you know what I mean? But at the moment, the way things are looking, the gyms won't be open for a long time. Do you know what I mean?
And even if they open, you don't know how long it's going to stay open for. They might shut down straight away.
And I'm not gonna lie, I've lost like a lot of clients face to face because they've moved jobs, or most of them have lost their job.
Yeah.
So as bad as this sounds, COVID has probably been the best thing for my business. Obviously, as bad as that sounds, for me personally, for my business, it's been good in a way, because I think it's happened for a lot of people as well. it's kind of made them hustle a bit more. Am I right?
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
exactly what I was gonna
100%.
say. I think COVID for a lot of people, and I think we would all say the same, has like brought about a new resilience.
Yeah.
Like a new, like you've reacted. A lot of people, I feel like if you've got the right mindset and you've reacted to the situation positively and not just like, rested on your laurels, then it's actually paid off better for you because there's been a lot more opportunities, I feel like almost.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would agree. But let's go back and find out how you ended up becoming a PT. So just tell me a little bit like about your childhood. So I don't know, maybe 6-7 years old, like where you grew up and what you were doing around that time.
So I came to this country when I was 1 year old.
Okay.
Yeah, came here when I was one.
From where?
From Turkey.
Okay.
So coming into the country 1 year. Obviously, I don't remember. My dad tells me stories, like crazy stories. But
Can I just add? Yeah.
You've met my
so
pet
some of the
parents,
stories
yeah?
might not be true. Because you see Ali's dad, yeah? Bro, you could sit with him for hours on out and he will tell you stories. And I swear to you, don't get me wrong, they probably are true. But he could throw in a story that's not true and you'll believe it. Am I right or wrong? Am I right or wrong?
Wait, so cold that telling stories.
Bro, he will tell you amazing stories.
Cold.
And you'll just sit there and listen and you're like, oh my God. This, you done that, you done this, you went there, like, and if he throws in anything in there that's not real, you'll just believe it anyway. It's part, you know what I mean? Like he could easily throw it in there, bro, and you'll believe it. But yeah, go on. But yeah.
Yeah. So
Nah.
So my dad they brought us to the country when I was 1 year old. Obviously the stress and struggles he tells me about getting here was mad. Like paid this guy money to bring him to London because my uncle was here already before. And the person that was bringing him to the country actually took him through so many countries. Like, he even went to India. My dad was in India for a couple of days as well. He made him travel the world to get here. Can you imagine? Do you know what I always say to my dad? I'm like, the things you went through today. You see your your mental attitude. If the people nowadays went through that, they couldn't cope with that, what they went through.
Oh, they'll be returning back from straight away. First trip, oh no, it's not for me.
What's soft these days? What's soft, Something bad happens straight away,
it's over.
Yeah. I agree.
And so I literally come to country when I was one. I grew up in Ferry Lane.
Okay.
In Tottenham, yeah. And man, I love that place, man. Yeah. Like playing football there with everyone there. I think that growing up in places like that kind of molds you to who you are when you grow up. Do you know what I mean? Because it's not all lovey-dovey stuff when you're growing up in Ferry Lane, Tottenham. Do you know what I mean? Playing at Broadwater Farm. I used to go play at Broadwater Farm, and some of the boys in my school were like, "Oh, you're at Broadwater Farm. Like, do you know about that Broadwater Farm?" I'm like, "I don't know. I'm just going there to play football."
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But I never saw any trouble.
But also,
there.
when people found that you played for Broadwater Farm, it's like you was famous. It's like you was a guy because you couldn't be average and play for Broadwater Farm.
No way.
You had to be very cold at football to play for Broadwater Farm. Like it was the best grassroots team. Like in North London. It was one of the best.
Didn't they like win like national Sunday league?
Oh yeah. They cleared up. And the guy that was running Classford, big Classford. I think loads of people will know. No one miss him. He created footballers on footballers. You know what I mean? I think they rivaled Interwood.
Yes.
Interwood was like the grassroots Interwood Broadwater Farm at the time was like it was the one. So when you did play for them, he was actually he was respected straight away.
100%. Even when I first turned up there, so my dad owned the butcher shop on Lordship Lane, and one of the boys used to play at Broadwater Farm, and he was like, because I used to go with my dad sometimes and just kind of pretend I wasn't helping out. I'm still a little kid, but I'm just walking around there. Right. And one of the boys said, "Oh, why don't you bring your son to Broadwater Farm to play if he's any good?" Like, see, bro, when I turn up there, I'm not gonna lie, I was intimidated.
How old was you at the time?
9,
yeah.
8, 9 years old. Bro, it's so mad. I don't know how I remember it, but it's just I walked in there. I'm not gonna lie. I was the only white kid there. Yeah. And I looked around and my dad came in as well with me. And my dad said, "Go on." Like, the class would call me over and then says, "Oh, how old are you? What position you play?"
And Classford's a big guy.
Class, I'm looking up like this.
Yeah.
Class was like a father to us there.
Yeah,
I looked at him like it was like my second dad. You know what I mean? And all the boys were there. And none of them spoke to me, nothing. Some of them were even taking a piss out of me. Like it was mad because but I'm happy that happened because once I started playing a little bit, they respected me more and then they were like, this is our guy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
That's what happens in football, isn't it?
Crazy.
Once you go into a new
know
environment, it's a bit hostile. Then they say you can play, and everyone welcomes you, and it's like.
And then once you're in, that's it. You're in. It's you get looked after. People are looking out for you. Anything that happens, they got your back. Whatever. So yeah.
Man, when we went to away game, when teams from away came to our home ground, see you later. It was because the line. There was everyone. Everyone was there. It was like probably about 50, 100 to 100 people just standing on the line. If you come to Broadwater Farm, you're not winning.
It's a long day.
It's a long day for you.
So then, how did you end up meeting Abs? Because obviously you two have been friends a long time now. So when did you two become friends?
So I can't. I think obviously it was from school, but I don't know how.
Yeah. No, I think we met at so before school. I think when I was obviously you're a year above me, and I was friends with Naz. Okay. If you remember Naz, and we met at Enfield Spartans. All right, because they were a year above me, and Naz was like, "Oh, come training with us." So I just went training with them lot just to like have a kick about or whatever. But obviously at the time, I was already like on trial at places, but I never said nothing. No one ever knew. So I actually went to Enfield Spartans just to train because Naz was my good friend, but I never mentioned that I was at a club at the time, so they didn't know.
So you was on trial at the time?
No, sorry, I was at a club at the time. I was signed at Arsenal at the time. But obviously these men are training at different days, so I used to just be like, I'll come with you lot or whatever, and just play. Because for me, I didn't care if I played for a club or like nowadays. Anyone that's at an academy would never go and play with their friends, ever. So for me, it was like I'm just going to play with my boys. So I just went training with them lot, and then obviously we met Ali, and you lived local to us, and because we was all us three, and then it was just happened to be us three all the time together, like all the time. And then obviously I went to school. And turned up first day at school. We're in the same school there and above me, so I felt like, this is sick. Like I'm, you know what I mean? I'm with my boys kind of thing, and it just went from there, innit? Really,
bro. When he signed for Arsenal, it was so weird though because I went to his house and he didn't say anything to no one. I went to his house and there was a box. I don't know how I remember this as well, but I got some mad memory. I went to his house and there was a box there on the doorstep, and there was lots of Arsenal stuff, and I said, what's all this stuff? He's like, bro, yeah, man, I signed for Arsenal yesterday. I'm like, what do you mean you signed for Arsenal, man?
It's mad,
He's
isn't
like,
it?
I signed for Arsenal.
Yeah.
I'm like,
but why did you do that? Like, why? What? Because most kids at that time, I play for Arsenal, I'm the guy. Or at least tell their club.
He was never like that. He was never like that.
No one, I would never say. No,
but
it's
guys, like, I've signed for Arsenal.
Like for me, obviously, because of the family I come from, football weren't like. Don't get me wrong, my dad loved football or whatever or not, but we weren't. I didn't see football as I'm about to have a career in football. It was like I'm going to play for a team. Obviously, it just happened to be Arsenal at the time. For me, I didn't realise not the opportunity, but the stage that I was about to walk into. Do you know what I mean? So for me, it was just like, I just like I'm playing for Arsenal, innit? Like whatever. But and obviously the box is like where you get your boots, everything's there. And for me, because it's normal, I've probably just left it there and gone to play ball. I'm not even tried it on. Like it was brand new stuff. If you remember, it was just sitting there. Like I didn't even try it on or nothing. I was just like, put this. I'm going to play ball. Do you know what I mean? And then obviously we'd finished, and I'm like, Ali, come round. Mum would make some food for us or whatever after we played out or whatever.
As soon as I saw the box, I was like, Abs, bro, can I get a jacket? I still got that jacket, I think.
Yeah, I was like, here you go. Yeah, I didn't care about stuff like that for me.
Bro, the jacket is extra large.
No, only because you're so small.
The wingers.
Wait. Just to put this in context as well. Ali's like 5'1". Yeah. So imagine what he was like in year 7, year 8. What 4'8", 4'9",
massive 4'8",
4'9". You know what I mean? So yeah, that's how we met. And then obviously school, we was just together every day, innit? Really, every single day playing football together,
training,
and just we was training, man. And when I say training, we just go to the park, us three, and it was like 1v1s, but we just playing football. Do you know what I mean? Like we're always like we was playing on some snowy days, on cold days. Like it didn't matter. It didn't matter what club you played for. It was like we finished football when we playing football, weekend football. Everything was just football. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, man, it was good. It was good times. It was good times going through school.
So Abs, what was Ali like in school?
To be fair, we was good kids. I can't lie. Like we was cheeky. Okay. Do you know what I mean? Like obviously I weren't in his lessons or nothing like that. But around the place, I feel like we were loved by everyone.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
because, like, one, we played football and we were really good at football. And we would play with everyone.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
if there was a ball, man's jumping in with your 7s, your 8s, and whatever. Like, we
just
weren't.
play.
Yeah, we weren't. And then, like, even though when we was younger, we would jump in with year 10s, year 11s.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And they didn't mind us, innit? They just like, yeah, you man are cold. Like, come play.
Yeah.
So we used to just play with them. And yeah, I would like to think like we was respectful. Like me, I think me especially, like I always had like my uniform. Like in school, I was just like a nice kid. I can't lie. I didn't cause no problems or nothing. And I'd like to think, from what I remember, Ali was exactly the same. We weren't the brightest, but we done the work. We passed our GCSEs. Like it was just pretty standard stuff. We weren't nothing crazy.
Yeah, I think in school I weren't the brightest, 100%.
Yeah.
I think my English usage I just barely passed.
Right,
Do
okay.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think English is not my. I think that comes from maybe Abs was like that. It comes from like knowing 2 languages in it as well. So like my first language is Turkish. Like in my house, even now, I'm not allowed to talk English.
Yeah.
Just so like we keep that.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
our roots in it. Do you know what I mean? We talk Turkish. So I think that had a bit of an effect on it as well. But yeah, like you said, we just used to love training, man. Just train regardless, get some cones out and just train.
So being so close to someone that obviously plays at like one of the top academies, if not the top academy in the country, did that like push you to like, oh yeah, I want to play for an academy, like I want to be here or I want to be there because he's obviously doing what he's doing?
Yeah, 100%, man. Especially when we used to go watch him when he used to play at Arsenal. Man, that team, man. But I'm not gonna lie, the levels were different.
Yeah.
It was different because as soon as I went there and I saw these players, I was like, nah, I'm not good enough for this.
Yeah, cold.
These players were, because back then there was Benica Fobi, Emmanuel
Bashir.
Frimpong.
J. Emmanuel Thomas as well.
Sanchez, Watt.
Yeah.
All these because they used to play against him minutes. I used to go down to Little Heath, watch brother getting spanked by this team. 8, 9, 10-0. It was mad. His team was good.
Yeah,
so it was
yeah,
nuts.
the good team.
The team was dope though, I can't lie. It was a good
mad.
team.
They were
man.
popping the ball about
Yeah,
like
91
it was
squad, mental.
Yeah, it was
ridiculous.
mad. We had a good team.
Yeah, watching him there as well. Obviously, it pushed you in it. You're like, shit, but this guy's playing for Arsenal. I need to be better than what I am.
Yeah.
So but I was like, obviously, it was not. There was never a bit of like jealousy or anything. I was like, I looked up to him. I was like, look, I need to do this because when me and Abs used to train, he used to be like, you need to do this. You need to do this more. You need to get better at this. So it's always good to have someone.
Yeah, we was always training, man. Like it was mad because like obviously I'd be at Arsenal, whatever, but I never saw it as like I'm better than him.
Yeah.
I used to think like we're on the same level. I've just been lucky to be there. That's how I saw it in my eyes, and same with Naz as well. Like, bro, Naz for me was better than both of us. Like in terms of like athletically, he was a complete central midfielder. Like when I say complete, 6'1", he could run, he could tackle, he could head it, he could talk. Like he led. Like for me, we compared him to Vieira. We used to call him Vieira. Bro, he was like unbelievable. But he just never had the luck for some reason. I don't even think he ever played for anyone. Like ever.
Yeah, I think some people, there's something that my mentor always says to me. Some people are just not cut out for it. They haven't got that mental thing, capacity to try and push for things. And I don't think Naz had that.
Yeah.
So he didn't have that, like, he didn't really want it as much. If you don't want it as much.
And as we got older, he started to fade away because we were still on it. We were still like training, you know, as we got older, like to like 15, 16, 17, we were still training, doing things. And he'd started to fade away, innit? He was like, I'm busy, I'm doing this. And then we started to,
Hear that. So obviously 15, 16, you end up getting signed at Cambridge. So how did that come about? Was it like from you're playing for your Sunday team, someone scouts you, or how did
I used to be playing for like a Sunday Turkish team, and one of the chairmen of the team actually knew a guy who owned Cambridge United.
Okay.
Yeah, so he basically got in contact with him, and I went down there for a trial for a couple of weeks, and then I signed. Okay. I was there for like a year and a half, 2 years, I think.
So how was that? What was that feeling like? So when you went to trial, did you think I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna boss it? Was you like quite nervous? Like how did you feel going down there?
Yeah, I was nervous.
Yeah.
But then Cambridge United back then was in League Two, so I was like, I think I'll be alright down there. Do you know what I mean? Because like League Two or the lower divisions, but because when I saw Ahmed's Arsenal level, when I went there, I was like, yeah, I can play. Do you know what I mean? Because that Arsenal level compared to that was ridiculous. It's just different.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? There for about a year and a half, 2 years. And then went to sign for a scholar. And there's me getting excited thinking, like scholarships, this, that. And they're putting the thing in front of me, the papers in front of me. And they're like, this is what's going to happen. And they're going to pay me something like, I think it was like, they said to me something like £100
Yeah,
like
week.
a week.
Yeah, it was just scholarship money. Yeah.
£100 a week, and I was like, that was when I was like, I don't know if I could do this, you know.
I remember having that conversation actually.
Yeah.
We was talking even like throughout you being at Cambridge. I remember having this conversation. You saying, "Nah, this is taking too much out of me. Like it's taking a lot out of me in terms of the travel because you have to travel there, come back, go there, come back." And I just remember like you weren't giving up, but you was like, "Nah, this is and it's too much in terms of like what I was doing that year." And I used to just say to you, "Bro, it's an opportunity, innit? You need to get your head down. You're in the door, basically. Just go and get it." And obviously, you decided to do other things, and like you obviously you'll share what happened in terms of your scholarship.
Before we just move on, so was it more about the money, or was it more the draining thing of going to Cambridge and back, and like not being home with like your family and your friends and all that kind of stuff? Was that more the draining thing, or was you thinking, or was it a combination of I'm doing all of this for £100 a week?
Yeah, no, I think it was a combination of both. Yeah. Because as you're growing up, when you're young, you hear about footballers, money.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And then when it was offering me £100, I was like, nah, man. Yeah. I thought I was gonna get something more, cause.
Yeah.
But I think it was draining. The journeys were draining, bro. Because obviously, even like when I was staying at digs, that's fine. But like you're young, you're staying away from your family, you're traveling up to Cambridge, like 2 hours on the train, coming back, you're tired. You're doing that like 3-4 days a week. Like, it's just draining on you. You know what I mean?
So obviously they put that contract in front of you, £100 a week or whatever, and then what you just said, thanks, but no thanks.
No, I just said to him, I said thanks. I just need to think about what's gonna happen at the moment. I don't know. I need to speak to my parents and our agent. I speak to my agent and see what he says, and then I'll get back to you. And then then I was with a girl.
Okay.
That I was with a girl for years.
Okay.
For like 3 years back then.
Okay.
And was in a relationship with her, and then we broke up. She left me, whatever. And then my head was, when you're young, innit? You know when things like this happen,
and everything happens at once.
Yeah, it gets to you.
And it
like
happened
now,
to you at once.
if something like that happened to me, you got thicker skin. You're like, you just suck it in and then just move on. You know what I mean? But when you're young, that happens. So my head went, and I was like to my agent, I had a few clubs in Turkey already wanting to sign me from years ago.
Okay.
But I just didn't go because it's just like a big move, going up there, leaving your family. And then I was like, I'm just going to go. So I told my agent, got in contact with a club. He's like, look, you're going to go on trial there. They're not going to sign you straight away. Do you know what I mean? So I went on trial for about 2 weeks, and then I signed and I stayed there, signed a pro.
Okay. So what was that transition like, going from like a youth team footballer, like not even a scholar, like a youth team footballer at Cambridge, to being a professional footballer in Turkey?
It was hard because when you're coming from abroad, the players there, they don't like it. They're like, look at this guy. What's he doing in Turkey? He lives in England where football actually started. What's he doing in here trying to take our money? Because that's how it is. Like, you're going there to take someone's shirt. Like,
someone's career, someone's earnings.
And in Turkey, life's hard. You know what I mean? For them people. So football for them, like them playing in a professional club for the money they're getting, like it's ridiculous. Do you know what I mean? You're going there, you're a boy from Turkey. They can tell like you're wearing like all Nike.
Yeah, how you move and everything.
The way you move, they're like, this guy. They hated me at first.
Oh, really?
I'm not gonna lie. The captain made me wash his boots the first day.
Did he?
Yeah, made me wash his boots. He was like, you can't wash my boots. But
was you in the first team straight away? Yeah.
Yeah, first team straight away. When I went.
So when he comes up to you and he says, "Yo, go wash my boots," what are you thinking?
I was a bit baffled at first, but then I thought to myself, maybe to earn his respect, you know what I mean? I'll do it. I'm not gonna feel like I'm too, because I've heard stories before, but I never knew it actually happened. You know, like footballers say back in the day, they used to wash the first team's boots. Yeah, but I never thought it actually happened. So he said that to me. I was like, wash your boots, and I'm in the back washing. I'm like, bruv, where have I come, man?
What am I doing?
Boots. What am I doing? So I started washing his boots like every game. After the game, I was washing his boots. But then I'm building myself up. I'm starting to play well in training. And then I got a couple of appearances, and then from then I just kept on playing. Okay. And then from then, no one said anything to me. I was the guy. Do you know what I mean? Because that's same with having Broadwater Farm. Like you prove yourself, and then
all of a sudden,
So have you got like a lot of family back in Turkey? Then, like, did you stay with them, or was you staying by yourself when you went over there?
The clubs out there work. They have their own like kind of hotel kind of place.
Okay.
So I was staying in a hotel by myself in my room, and they had. Delivering like meals 3 times a day, had a restaurant downstairs. They look after their players there. When it comes to like eating, like
Hospitality, all of that
it's
stuff.
mad.
Yeah,
It's mad.
So you didn't feel like uncomfortable after once you settled in. You felt, you know, what, I'm gonna get my head down, and this is where I want to be.
I'm not gonna lie. First couple of days, because you're young, I was crying, man. I remember crying there because I'm like, I've come from like London. I got because where I went to play football, I haven't got any family there. I've got family in Turkey, but not where I am. So I was crying because I was like, what am I doing here? I wanted to go back home. Do you know what I mean? Like I missed like being back home, and all these boys are here. I don't even know them. I can see they're talking about me. They don't like me. So it was a bit uncomfortable at first, but I was like, you just got to go through something to get there, though, innit?
So then I take it when the football started getting better, then you started feeling better, and you're like, I can actually look forward to like a career.
Yeah, 100%. I think the confidence got more as well. So as soon as I started playing, confidence started rising. And then I was playing the first team I signed for. I played there for like 3 years, and then a new manager come in, and he was like, look, I don't want any of the players. So I want to get rid of everyone. I want to build my own team. Because that happens out there. I want to build my own team. Yes, I think it happens everywhere. Right?
Everywhere, man. Any manager.
It comes in, he wants to build his own team. So they were like, look, the chairman called me and said, look, the manager don't want you. So you can go. You can speak to any club you want. Let them get in contact with you, and then we'll work out an agreement for you to leave. And then another club already was knocking on the door. So, and they were a club that, like, they had potential to go on because they had the money, they had the facilities. So I didn't even think about it. Went there, signed straight away.
How long did you sign straight away?
Signed up for 3 years. I signed for 3 years. Yeah, 3 years there. And the first season I was there, we got promoted to the they call it the championship here. So we got promoted straight away there. And that was when I was at my peak. I was playing well, man. I played, I think, like 38 games that season. 38 games, and I was like,
amazing.
Team there, like, if the board was, I was there, like, it was Ali first. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was playing really well. Got promoted, and then the season after, first game, this guy chest the ball in front of me, turn. I went to turn, put my left foot down, and my foot got stuck in the ground. All I heard was pop.
No.
First game.
In the championship.
And I wasn't even meant to play that game. So they had signed a boy from a big club. And he had an argument with the manager the night before at training. And then the manager called me and said, I'm going to play you. I ain't playing him. Be ready tomorrow. Because I'm not playing, innit?
Yeah.
I'm chilling in my room, put my feet up. I'm not playing, man, but I'll play down the line. When he called me, I was like, shit, I got to prepare for this game.
Yeah.
And then first game, bro, boom.
Do you, I know it sounds mad. Do you think that had a part to play in it? That the day before, like in training, you obviously, from how training goes, they announced the team. So you already know. So do you think from training, you didn't prep and get yourself ready how you normally would for the next day?
Maybe, yeah.
Mentally. Do you think that had anything to do with it? Mentally, physically?
I don't think physically had it because I've always been like a trainer. I always give 100% when I'm training. But mentally, I don't think I was ready for the game. And the first game of the season, big hopes, the club, you just got promoted.
Yeah.
Lots of players have been bought. Lots of money's been splashed onto the club.
Yeah.
First game, boom, my knee went. It was just... As soon as I heard it, I was like, shit, my knee. Came off. Physio had a look at it. He's like, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Because when they do the pulling motion on your knee, and my knee weren't moving. So he's like, go try it and see how it feels. Went on there. Player went past me, went for a sprint, and my knee just gave way. I just felt it, gone. I just felt it. I was like, and then that's when I screamed, and I was like, yeah, my knee's gone, bro. My knee's gone.
So what was that, ACL?
Yeah, it was an ACL, yeah.
Wow.
And then 3 weeks after that.
So like immediately, like what, you go to hospital?
Yeah, they take you to hospital, and then the club sent me to a specialist somewhere outside of where I was playing. So sent to a specialist, he had a look at it. And there was a thing about 3-4 weeks where I needed to do physiotherapy. So basically they need to strengthen it as much as possible, strengthen the quad mainly as much as possible before you go into surgery. So I've done all of that and then got the surgery done. Man, if anyone's ever been through that, they'll know what I'm talking about. When you're in surgery and they do the anesthetics through your lower back, so they basically numb you from the bottom half, and you could watch the surgery if you want to.
Oh my!
Basically,
did you?
So I was like, you know what? I don't mind. I'm gonna watch it.
No way.
Yeah, let me watch it. Let me watch the surgery. So
you see when you're laying in the bed, have you brought your bed up so you can see? Do you know what I mean?
No. So they put something in front of you. They cover it so you can't see it.
Yeah.
But then on the screen.
Oh, you can see it on the screen.
Yeah, you can see it on the screen.
And then my God.
They done that.
So you asked to see it?
Yeah, I was like, I don't mind, innit? Do you know what I mean? I'm just gonna stay up, bro. And then after that, I was watching. An hour went past, 2 hours went past. I was like, do you know what? Put me to sleep because I just can't take this no more. It was taking too long. And obviously everything don't go to plan, innit? Because I had problems with my meniscus had torn as well as soon as my ACL went. So they put me to sleep. And I was in surgery for I think about 5-6 hours. So basically what they do is they put, I don't know, is it a catheter? What's it called? Where they put it down your piece, So they put like a tube down because you can't go toilet. Because you can't go toilet. They have to put that down for you to relax there, innit? Man, I'm telling you, taking that out after surgery.
Mad thing.
Oh, mad.
No.
That's the worst pain, not the ACL.
I didn't know that, you know.
Not the ACL. That's the worst bit about it. Because when you're in surgery for a while, okay, think about it, like, you need to go toilet, innit?
Your body, of course.
Be mad.
Yeah, of course. That's mad.
That was my first one anyway.
Can we just take it back a little bit? So when you've done your ACL, and you're sitting in the hospital like right after the game, same day as the game, what's going through your head?
I'm thinking, shit, my career might be over right now.
You thought that straight away?
Yeah.
But you was young, what, 20
something. But then I thought I was on such a form. I had like a good spell right now. I'm playing well. Do you know what I mean? Teams got promoted. Everything's going well for me. This is going to set you back. Because once you come out of an ACL, by the time your body gets back to where you was before, fitness, like most players have come back from ACL even now and they're
still struggling. Correct.
Do you know what I mean? So I thought to myself, no, my career's like going downhill at the moment.
Yeah.
This is at the start, yeah?
Even at the start.
Jeez. So you have your surgery. You've obviously finished the surgery and now you've got to start working to get back. So how long does that process take? What, like 7-8 months probably?
Yeah, I think I played my next game in 8 months.
In the same season?
No,
you had to wait till the next season. Okay. Yeah.
So about 8 months.
And how did you feel first game back? Did you?
The first session, even the first training session when you're back, you feel so scared, man.
Is it?
Yeah, you feel scared because when you have the surgery, even when you start walking, you're like, how am I going to run?
Yeah.
Like, how am I going to run? Because basically, they basically take the ligament from your hamstring.
Yeah.
And because the ligament is not used to bending, I think it's getting used to that range of motion again.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're walking, it's like you're literally like hopping, and I'm like, how am I gonna run? Like I can't even walk.
Hey, that is mad, bro.
Mad, that is so mad. So did you end up getting back to form quite quickly? Was it a long period?
It took me a while.
Took you a while,
Yeah,
was you like in and out of the team and stuff like that?
Yeah, I was scared, man, because like going into challenges, because I was playing defensive midfield when I was there, so I normally get into challenges. I wasn't even going. I was scared.
Yeah.
So it took me a while to get back into form, and then obviously I started playing, so
okay,
it's a bit more game time, and then it was alright.
And then now you're fine. Do you feel like the Ali before you had the ACL injury, or you still not quite there?
It still wasn't
in the back of your mind.
Yeah, it's still in the back of your mind, 100%.
Yeah.
And then I was playing, and then I was on, off, and then another manager come in, bought a few players. I wasn't getting any game time. And then I went to another club. So I got transferred over to another club.
Yeah.
They were doing the same thing the club I was at that they done last year, building a good new team, trying to get promotion again. So I went there, and the second game we went away somewhere. It was a Turkish Cup game. Mm-hmm. And this guy came in. I was basically dribbling towards the 18-yard box, and the guy just came in, clattered me from the front, and my right knee, my shin just went back, so it tore my PCL.
Oh my!
Tore my PCL.
This is what, a year later?
Yeah. Tore my PCL.
Same knee.
Nah, this is the other knee.
Oh my!
This is the other knee. So, but when it happened, I carried on playing. So I played for about another. This happened in the second half, and
so he's hit your shin. Just to so people that don't know how it looks like, he's hit the front of your shin.
Yep.
Which is pulled your knee backwards.
Yeah. So the PCL is basically that's PCL. It only happens in car crashes apparently. So this PCL thing it only happens in car crashes. You know, like the impact
from the front
to your shin.
Yeah.
So when it happened, obviously I didn't think nothing. It was hurting a little bit, but I thought, I'd carry on.
Yeah.
Played a little bit, and then my knee was just going sore. Went off, and then went back to the clubhouse. The physio had a look at it. He's moving it. It's moving a lot. He said to me, Ali, I think your PCL's gone. So I went down for an MRI scan. PCL gone, and they didn't want to take when I was going to have a surgery. They didn't want to take my hamstring again from the other one.
Yeah.
So they were like, let's use a cadaver.
Okay. What's that?
So basically, a dead person's like
Okay.
So they took that, used that, and the club were causing mad problems because they were saying that I'd already come injured to the club. They started saying that I had already come injured to the club.
So
I had a medical already. I had a medical, I had everything. And they were saying that he come injured to the club, so we're not gonna. He's kind of like fooled us. We're not gonna pay for his surgery.
Oh,
yeah.
The club that you're playing for.
Yeah,
what?
Oh my.
Yeah, some mad things happen in Turkey.
So what happens now? So
but you're under contract,
refused?
yeah?
I'm under contract.
Yeah.
So
How long you got left on the contract? This contract?
I signed a year.
Okay.
1 year contract, and they already owed me money anyway, and they weren't gonna pay for my surgery, and I had a lawyer then as well. So I was like, do you know what? The best thing to do is just take this to court.
Yeah, of course.
To court,
yeah.
I took it to court anyway. Even before I took it to court, they actually decided that they're gonna pay it. Right. But I still took them to court because they didn't pay me what they owed me.
Oh, okay.
So there was a couple of games that they didn't pay me for, and I was like, look, I'm gonna get what I owed. Like these are trying to tell me that I came here injured.
Yeah.
Like how are you gonna say that to me? And then now you wanna pay? And then I was like, take them to court. So I took them to court as well. I got paid for that as well.
Okay, nice. So you got everything
I had my
back.
surgery as well then, and I came back here to get rehab actually.
Yeah.
Because obviously did not pay.
So when all of that happened, you obviously left the club,
Yeah.
got paid off, got your surgery, everything done, and then thought, you know what, it's time. Why did you decide this time to come here and do your rehab rather than stay there and do it?
So when it happened, I was like, I'm not gonna stay here and just live out here until like I get fit again. I was like, I'd rather be here next to my family, friends.
Yeah, of course.
And just,
Because now
you know
this
what
is
I
the
mean?
second time. The
It's
first time.
now.
The first time.
Your head's going.
Because the first
Your
time
head's
you've done
going.
it by yourself,
Yeah.
hard enough as it is.
Yeah, so my head's going then. So I came back here and I paid for physio here. Money, man. Physios, they drained me.
Oh, yeah.
Drained me, man. Because I was going like 3 to 4 days a week to physio. And PCL was harder to come back from than an ACL.
Yeah.
So coming back from that was mad.
So then did you end up going back to Turkey?
No, I didn't.
No, so you just
I
stayed.
didn't, so
That was
I stayed
it.
here.
Okay.
I mean, I spoke to Abs.
Yeah,
there
because I
as
remember.
well.
Yeah, I remember we had a chat. You know, he gave me a ring and we just said, yeah, let's catch up, have a chat. And then we just spoke about loads of different things, didn't we? Like where you see your life going and how you see things. And obviously, I think I gave you like a few ideas. You know, I said to you, look, get yourself ready. Whatever you need help with, I try and help you out with. Blah blah blah. I think you found a job at the time, which you was very reluctant to work. He was like, I'm not working, I'm not this, I'm not doing this. And I get where you're coming from because it's like, I've played professional football, now you want me to work. And I'm injured at the same time. So I remember having that conversation. I was just saying, bro, you got to drop your pride a bit. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah, it hurt me, man.
Yeah, like it was,
because
it's a reality check, innit? And now it's coming from someone that's like very close to you. Do you know what I mean? I'm not doing it to make me feel better. Yeah. This is reality now where you actually can play football and earn a living. And I don't think you understood that at the time. You thought, if I work, I can't play football. I can't be myself again. And you kind of...
I think, that was not me in saying that, like, I'm better than everyone that was working.
No.
Mentally, I was just like, I've just come from playing professional football.
That's all you know,
like
innit?
15, 20,000 fans, and I'm going to have to work, like, for £8 an hour.
Yeah.
That's not putting anyone down. It's just, that's what I've come from to that. It's like a bit of a...
People don't understand how hard that is.
Of course it is.
Like, you go from all you have to do is get up and train. You got to look after yourself physically. You get up, you train. The rest of your day, you do whatever you want. And 100%. More times than not, it's you're chilling. You're just preparing mentally. It takes a lot out of you.
100%.
Now, all of a sudden, your energy has to change. Your energy is being tested mentally rather than just physically. 100%. So now, all of a sudden, you got to make that adaptation of, I've got to go to work, but also I need to chase my dream as a footballer. Yeah. But in your case, you was injured, which is like for me, when I transitioned from like playing pro to playing non-league, it was all right. I wasn't injured. I went to work. I got, I thought, fucking hell, I got work, worked, whatever, got my way through, still played football. It was fine. But I can only imagine how hard it was for you to, one, you got to find a job and it's going to be hard for you because one, you wasn't in the UK. You have nothing, literally. If someone put your name in, like if you went for a job interview, they're going to say, what have you been doing? all you can say is, I played pro in Turkey. And they could disregard that and say, you're lying. You didn't, do you know what I mean? Because you was in Turkey, innit? You wasn't here. You have nothing here.
The CV's blank.
Yeah, the CV's literally blank. And I remember saying to you, like, you now have to, it's mad, you got to start again and build your profile in England because disregarded in other countries. Whatever you've done in another country, regardless if it's Turkey, wherever it is, it's disregarded because you come here and it's like, what have you done here? What experience have you got here? So it's like you have to come to terms with that. And I remember just having it and it was just, bro, just get your head down and just do it. Do you know what I mean?
Because like two and a half years, I didn't do anything, not working or nothing. I was still gonna because it kind of depressed me at that stage. I didn't want to leave my house. People were asking me how's football going. I'm like,
it's non-existent.
It's non-existent. Like I'm not playing football no more.
Yeah.
And then money was running low. Yeah. I needed to do something. Do you know what I mean? And I was applying for any job I could find. Yeah. And then the only job that actually accepted me was a Wilco in High Street, Kensington. I live in Enfield, bro.
Yeah. It's a bop flat.
It's a journey.
It's a bop. Proper
That's bop train. Yeah. Like
it's everything.
Yeah, so I went there for an interview. They gave me the job like 3-4 days a week. Yeah. I was going there like 5 p.m. Got to get there and then finished work at like 10. And turning up there every day, like I'm on the train thinking to myself, what am I doing? What am I doing? Where was I and what am I doing? It was kind of a reality check. But like I said, I always believe this, like everything happens for a reason, man. Maybe this happened for me to pursue my life somewhere else. Do you know what I mean? Maybe Absolutely. Do you know what I mean? I think maybe I wasn't meant to be doing that. And like God wanted me to do something else.
Yeah. So can we just touch on that like 2.5 years / when you're coming back and you're doing rehab? Was that quite like a low point for you? Just like generally, like how did you get over that time? Because you're not playing football, you come back home, you're looking for a job. Like, how did that affect you, like, mentally?
Yeah, I was depressed for a while, man, because, like, you're doing rehab, you're laying in bed, knees messed up, no more football, you ain't got a job, money's not coming in. Do you know what I mean? My dad's talking all the madness, talking about kebab shops.
He's not even joking as well.
Joking, like, it's kebab shops, fish and chip shops. He's like, look, son, he's like, don't worry about it. Like, even if you don't go back to football, like, I got your back. We'll open, like, a family business and we'll run it. I'm like, that ain't me, man. Yeah. Like, I'm not. I can't. How am I gonna like grow up playing football, being professional, to go into a kebab shop to cut doner meat for you lot? Yeah. Like, I can't do that. Like, I can't do that. Like, people do that. Respect to them. Like, you gotta understand. Like, my mum, my parents, like, they've come from nothing. Do you know what I mean? All they know is if there's good money coming in, like, to your home. That's what matters.
Doesn't matter how you get it.
They don't care about the career. They don't care about what you can do. They don't care about...
It's not they don't care. I don't think they understand the life that we're in now, the opportunities that are out there to earn money in different ways. Like you said, the family, as long as they see you're working and good money's coming in, brilliant. You're doing well.
Yeah, you're doing
even
well.
Though you have no career, if that makes sense.
Yeah, 100%.
So yeah, we was brought up in a different environment, and especially like you said, because you've been in a professional environment, you know, like, I need to be a certain way. I need to carry myself a certain way to feel good about myself, and that's what matters. That's when you give your best, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's just that when my dad told me that, I just knew that I had more in me to give. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Than rather going into.
Like, how did you like? Because this is your pops, right? Like, how did you stand up to him and be like, "No, I don't want to do that." When he doesn't see you doing anything else. Like, how does that conversation go?
Nearly beat me, obviously. Like, it's like in our culture, like.
What do you mean? What do you mean no?
What do you mean no? He's like, yeah. What do you mean no? Like, I'm doing this for you. We're gonna make some money. I'm gonna save you. You're not doing anything. You're not gonna be able to play football no more. You're not gonna be able to do anything no more. So we have to make money somehow. You're gonna do this. And the night before, he actually was gonna buy a fish and chip shop. Right. I said to him, I was in bed and I was like, am I really gonna do this? Like, I said to him, Dad, I'm not doing it. He's like, what do you mean I'm not doing it? This ain't for me. I'm gonna try and do something else. And then that's when like the PT thing come about, and I got involved.
So like, did that almost put a fire up your ass? Like, for the next day, cool. Like, I almost had to go and be the kebab shop guy. Like, let me sort myself out now. Or did it still take a bit for you to go towards what you actually want to do?
No. I think straight away after that, I was like, I need to do something. I didn't have much money left, so my younger brother actually gave me money to pay for the for like books and stuff. So I did it through a company that was gonna do it through the government. So I was gonna get funded by the government because I never went uni or anything. So the government will fund me to do the course. And I just need to pay for like books, stationery equipment, etc. So he paid for that. Now I done my course, got qualified in like some crazy amount. I think it was like 7-8 weeks or something like that.
Nice.
And then that's how my PT career kind of started.
Okay. So, starting as a PT, what is the biggest mistake you made at the beginning? Because I imagine being a PT and like training people who have never done. There's some people who like since PE have never done any exercise. No, it's facts though. There's probably like no disrespect, but there's probably girls I know from school that haven't ran since they were 15. Like they haven't sprinted full speed since they were 15. There's gonna be people watching this. You ain't done that. Yeah. So like, how do you train someone who obviously hasn't done exercise in like 10 years? Let's say like, so you probably like almost Connor's off.
It's true.
It's probably people, that because obviously you come from football where like they're elite athletes. Like even if you haven't played Premier League, whatever, you're an elite athlete, right?
They know how to run. They know how to do press ups. They know they know how to squat. Everything.
Now you're training people who don't know anything, pretty much. So like, you probably made some errors at the beginning, I'm sure, or maybe not. But
I think when I first done my first PT, because I went into the Fitness First in Oxford Street, I went in there as a FC, which is like a fitness consultant. So I was doing like classes and stuff. Abs used to actually come.
I come to.
So you come to the class. I always used to do classes, and I did that because I thought I'm not going to go in there as PT, because when you go in there as PT, it's £1,000 a month rent.
Wow.
In central London, £1,000 rent a month. Yeah. So if you're going to jump in there, you're jumping into a big sea. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I started there as a FC, done that for about 2-3 months, got my confidence up, like, because it's different training a lot of people, do you know what I mean? You've got like 25, 30 people in the class, everyone's looking up to you. Done that for 2-3 months, and actually one of my mates, the one who got me the job at Fitness First, he used to work there, and he said, do this for a couple of months and then you're ready to go PT, because everyone kind of knew my face in the gym. People were asking, do you do PT? I'm like, no, not yet. And then my mate come back from Australia. He's actually big in the industry now when it comes to fitness, and he came to me and said, "You're ready to go PT now?" I'm like, "Bro, nah, man, the rent is like, it's mad. Like, it's like, bro, sign the paper, go there. You're gonna be good. I'm not telling you this because you're my mate. I'm telling you this because I know you're gonna do well. 100% know it. Just sign the papers." And then since then, man, it's just been crazy.
It's taken off from there.
Yeah.
So, how do you think like you're happier now in your career than you were in football, would you say?
I always think about that, you know?
Because I feel like when you work a profession that you're happy in and you work for yourself as well, it's less up and down. Like you will have bad days and good days, but football is such an industry where it's so up and down. So like, even if you have a good game but you lose, you might feel like shit, or you don't play, or you're on the bench, or you win but you didn't play well, or the new manager comes in and he does a clear out, and all these things, your emotions are all over the place. So like, do you feel like your emotion is a bit more like constant and probably better?
Because you're in control, really, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're in control of what happens.
I have that thought all the time, but that's why I said like everything happens for a reason. Is because I feel more happier now than I was at my happiest in football.
Really?
Yeah.
So when you won that championship in Turkey,
it was a
come
high
on,
for
Ali.
me. No, it was a high.
Ali, don't start telling me, like, no disrespect to any personal trainers out there, but I need to.
You need to get in there.
You see the experiences you have through football, and I have this argument with loads of people. It's a once in a lifetime experience that you can't compare to anything else. So when you're saying that that experience of you winning a championship title, bro, in a different country, going back through what you had to go through in terms of your football, not playing for an academy, had to leave the country to go and play out there, lifting that trophy, and then being a PT at your highest moment, you're telling me
maybe that was just one instance of where I maybe have been the happiest, but overall in general, I'm happier now.
Because you've had more successes in.
Yes.
But then again, you haven't had enough successes in football just because, not because you wasn't good enough, but because football, to win something, you know how hard it is. And that's why I'm trying to make the point of, that's why it means so much to win something at football. Because think about how many football players there are, how many leagues there are, and how many people are trying to win that number one spot. And when you're up there and you lift that trophy, But
I only think, that it feels that sweet because of the low, you almost get very low, so it feels sweet.
Yeah, but also it's not, you can't win a championship every single year. You can't win a league title every single year. And the stuff that you have to go throughout the year to get to that one high, and it's the highest point of anything, that's why it makes it so sweet. And I understand what you're saying, like, because you've had more successes in PTing. I think that's because you're more consistent and you've given yourself more opportunity to do it. Whereas obviously injuries have stopped you to get to that high point because no one knows where you could be because you've won a league title. And if you didn't get injured, you could be playing in the top tier of English football or Turkish football, but you didn't have. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I understand what you mean, but I think coming up to playing professionally, like obviously you're coming up from a low stage, coming up, building yourself up, you get to becoming a pro. But after I stopped playing, I was at a much lower stage of my life. Then I came up, so it's more. I'm more happier now than I was before.
Okay.
Because of everything that happened after I stopped playing football till now, so I'm happier now than I am.
Okay. And just to touch on, so while you was doing the PT at the start and you was working, you started to play non-league football in England for the first time because you'd never played non-league football.
Yeah, so I went to trials at Grays Athletic, and then.
Why are you laughing?
Because I remember him telling me about
it.
So
I was just
he's like, abs, bro, what's going on?
Like Grays Athletic. Yeah. I went there for a week. This guy said, oh yeah, he's going to sign me. I said, all right, cool. Next week came, didn't sign me. I called Abs. I said, Abs, I'm going to this Grays Athletic, but I don't know. There's something going on. I'm not feeling it, man. I'm not feeling it. He said, go Haringey Borough. They're waiting for you. I've already spoke to Rally. Rally was playing there.
Yeah.
Spoke to Rally. And Rally already knew me, so he's told the manager.
And the main thing for me of having that conversation, like, you know what football's like, and it's like you have a reputation and you can't throw your reputation away. But I had so much trust and faith in Ali. I've never seen him play since he went to Turkey. So I don't know if he's actually any good anymore. You don't know, innit? And he's had 2 injuries in the way, and he was in such a bad place. So I didn't really know if his heart was in it or not. But when we had the conversation, he seemed like, no, I actually want to play. And the biggest thing for me, he was like, I'm not after the money. I want to just go back to enjoying football. So that's when I knew straight away I can throw myself. Do you know what I mean? And phone up and say, this kid has to come in. And I said to Ali, wherever you go, it doesn't matter what level it is. If you want to play for enjoyment, you got to go there, guaranteed to play. You got to go there and play. And he was like, cool, no problem. That's when I phoned up Haringey Borough. I spoke to one of my close friends there. And he said, bro, if you're saying he's the guy, I'll get him in the team. I'll make sure he gets an opportunity to play. And then, like I said to Ali, it's up to you what you do. But knowing Ali, bro, like, he's an elite sportsman. You know what I mean? His mentality is elite. And it's hard to find someone like that. So I knew, without seeing him play or seeing him train or nothing, I know he's going to go in there and he's not representing me. He's going to represent himself well and go back to enjoying football. And that's what I wanted to see. I wanted to see my friend that's had such a long journey just come back and enjoy, just talk highly of football. Because you weren't talking highly about football. He's like, football's dead, football's dead. And for me, it's like, I love football. I'm a footballing man. Like I love football. When I'm playing on shit pitches, I'm on it, but I just love football. So for me, it's like, I wanted him to have that feeling and understand, bro, there's something here for you. Do you know what I mean?
It's a good friend.
So you went down to...
Because if I was like great, I probably would have left football. I wouldn't have played again after that.
Because I remember him saying, like, I can't get a club, I can't get this, I can't get that. And then you went down to Haringey and
as soon as I went there, because obviously Rally asked you, and Rally said to you, like, Abs, like, I know the Ali before. If it's the Ali before, then just tell him to come straight away and he'll play. And then obviously Abs was like, no, get him down. As soon as I went there, like,
game over.
I was game over. I played 1 training session and I was like, sign him straight away, and I was playing, and I felt comfortable there because most of my mates were there already. Do you know what I mean? I know most of the boys that were there, they're all boys that I used to play with in Broadwater Farm.
Play against as well, because they're all local so I knew boys. All of them, and they all accepted me straight away. And then that season when I played for them, man, I was happy, man. It was good. You had a good season as well, didn't you?
Good season. I didn't care about the money at all. I was like, I'm turning up on Saturday with the boys, it's a laugh. Do you know what I mean? We're all playing well, the team's doing well. And it weren't the greatest level, but it was all right level. Do you know what I mean? And the team got promoted that season as well. Was it this following season? I think, But
the following season you got promoted. Did you play that season?
Half of it. Then I got injured and I had another ACL.
So now he's played. So you've gone back into football, played the whole season, and you was doing well. Because I remember saying to Ali, just play 1 season. And you don't even have to be amazing. Just play well. I'll get you another move up. Do you know what I mean? I'll get you, because at that stage, you were 25, 26. So he's at a good age you can move up the levels. And I knew he could. He just needed to build, like I said, his reputation in England. And that's all it takes. And then I remember saying to Ali, bro, like, you trained well, whatever. Let's have a look what you can do. And then I think you said, no, I'm going to stay here because I'm comfortable here and I like it here. And then, so he stayed at Haringey, and they were a club that were doing well at the time. Still are doing good things in football,
Ryman Prem now.
So that season starts.
And then played playing a game against I think it was Cheshunt, and then the ball was in the middle. I went to shield it, thinking like I'm bare strong, which I wasn't. So the guy just came for me, rattled me. My knee was gone again. I knew it. You know when you've been through it before. As soon as something like that happens, I was like, yeah, knee's gone. But you know what upset me the most though?
Go on.
I went to like a lot of physios here, and they were like, nah, there's nothing wrong with your ACL. You're good. Might be meniscus or something. And I was like, I know there's something wrong with my knee. Like, I'm trying to return to training as well. Like, I'm doing physio, I'm going back. I'm like, don't feel right. It just feels like it's empty. My knee's empty. It just feels it. That's when I called my, you know, when you've had surgery twice before, you can just call up your surgeon.
And he knows straight away.
Yeah. So I said to my surgeon, look, my knee's not fit. He said, do this, do that. Tell me how it feels. I was like, it feels like this. He's like, okay, I think you need to come down straight away. As soon as I went there, he had a look. He's like, yeah, your ACL's gone again. We need to operate. So
and this is the
you have to go back to Turkey
that you done before, right?
Yeah, the first one I done.
Yeah.
So that's gone again.
So you went back to Turkey.
Back Turkey to get it done.
And at that time, was you just starting your PT in? Was you?
Yeah, that was when I just started my PT in as well.
So you had to take time off.
Yeah.
To go get that sorted. Yeah. Come back.
And that's when that happened, and I recovered. I was like, this is gonna get in the way of my PT like career, because I'm doing face-to-face PT. Once I'm gone for like 4 or 5 months, like my clients are gonna be like,
get this guy.
They're not gonna wait for you, like, do you know what I mean? They're gonna
crack on.
Yeah, they crack on. And
can't blame them either.
Yeah, you can't blame them.
No, they got to progress. You got to move on.
Yeah. So I was like, and then I was thinking about like traveling up and down. You're like traveling up on a weekday to Margate, and you're coming back. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning. You got to get up for. It's just long. I was like, it's not worth it no more. I'm just gonna pack in football and then just concentrate my whole like life onto personal training. And see where that.
So was that like a sad moment for you, like making that realization and being like, yeah, like I've spent a lot of time on this, but I think.
Yeah, it was a sad moment. I was like, yeah, I've done so much, but I was like, I always knew that if I had never put in the work and everything I had put in, and I was just coasting, I'd be like, you know what, I should have done more, man. It's my fault. But I was like, I'd done everything possible for me to get there, to become a professional, and it didn't work out. So 100%, this is not meant for me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, God has other plans for me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because I've done everything I need to do. It's not like I was half-hearted about it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I thought, let me concentrate on my PT business, and then from there.
So making that transition, obviously, from playing semi-pro ball to now you're like a full-time PT. Yeah. Did you just put all that energy that you had from football?
Did you feel like a weight was coming off your shoulders when you decided, I'm not going back to training anymore? I don't have to train Tuesday night, Thursday night, Saturday, like you said, Tuesday night games and horrible pitches. Did you feel like, you know what? It's a weight off my shoulders now. I've got more time. You feel like you've got more time, even though you trained an hour and a half, 2 hours in the evening. For some reason, it feels like it takes up your whole evening.
Yeah, 100%.
It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah, because they're saying they've got a weekday game or training a weekday. I'm like, if I'm staying at work, so to get to training, you're going to get to training, you're going to train, shower, leave, and then go home. That's about 4 hours.
Yep.
In 4 hours, I could make £250.
Yeah.
They're paying me £100. Don't make sense to me.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, don't make sense to me no more. Why am I going to I'd rather stay at work and train people and then earn better money by doing that. Because
also grow yourself as well at the same time.
The footballing career won't go nowhere.
Yeah.
I mentally knew that. I know that I weren't doing it. I wasn't going to go to the Premier League. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know I was just going to be playing non-league football. I was like, it's not for me no more.
Yeah. So the PT, and so what's the normal day of a life of a PT?
Like Monday to Friday.
Monday to Friday, waking up 4:30, 4:30, jump on the train, go to the gym.
This is before COVID.
Yeah, before COVID.
Normal circumstances.
Normal before COVID. Go there, start work. My first client will be at 6:30. Go there. I used to go early to a coffee shop and just do emails or set up my day, get organized, and then 6:30 first client. And some days I'll be there until it closes at 9 p.m. So that's a lot of hours on.
That's you're there the whole day.
The whole day
on your feet as well. The whole day, like you said.
If you do a 6:30 to 9, how long are you spending actually training clients? Like
probably like seven hours of them training clients, and then the other times like you're training yourself. Yeah. You got a bit of a break, having a bit of banter with other PTs. Yeah. It's a nice environment, but it's tiring, man. Real tiring. But it's the good thing about that is I think recently is the most. I started training people that actually I was training them, but they were teaching me. Because remember that I'm training people that are earning millions and millions of pounds. Like Central London, these people got big businesses.
Yeah.
I had a client, American client, and he was making like, one of my mates actually said to me, do you know what, you should search some of your clients to see who they are, do you know what I mean? Before they even, so I searched one of my clients and he was like making over £1 billion a year just in profit. And he had some like asset firm. And this guy was like the most private guy though. When he come to me, he said to me, Ali, I want you to train me 11 o'clock, 4 days a week. I don't have time. Please, when you're training me, make sure there's no one around us. I just want you personally. I don't have time to talk to other people. I just need you. I have a very busy schedule. When someone said that to me, I thought, this guy is something different.
Yeah.
You know, when like you meet people like that, you realize why they are in the position they are.
Of course, 100%.
Do you know what I mean?
So what did you learn from him? Because obviously you said they were teaching you stuff. What did you learn from him?
I said one day.
So
I
wait,
said to him,
is this before you've done a few sessions with him?
I've done a few.
When you found out about who he actually is.
No, after I found out who he is.
Did your energy change
never,
towards him? Not change towards him.
No, I already knew he was someone.
Yeah.
Because when someone's coming
The way-
with that energy, the attitude, the way he comes in,
a big
you
personality.
know, even the way he articulates himself, you know that this guy is someone serious. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So just talking banter, because first couple of sessions as a PT, like you're not as warm to them.
Yeah.
They're slowly starting to get to know you. You're slowly starting to get to know them, and then slowly they start coming out of their shell.
Yeah.
And started to come out of his shell. I said to him, look, man, what makes you so successful? Like, what do you think like all successful people have like that no one else has? He's like, we have a vision no one else understands. Our vision is greater than anyone will ever understand. My parents didn't even believe in me. That's why I don't even talk to them.
Wow.
And that's why I'm as successful as I am. And when it comes to planning as well, my day is so organized, Ali. Like in my schedule, I even got like half an hour break in my schedule. In my schedule, I write it down. This 30 minutes, do nothing. Sit down and close my eyes. He's like, my schedule from Monday to Sunday is written out the night before. Wow. Do you know what I mean? And you think to yourself, no wonder these people like become who they are. Do you know what I mean? They don't wake up on a Monday and go, shit, like, what am I going to do today? I don't know, go there, go here. Nah, everything's just so on time, like everything. Schedule.
So is that one thing you probably like about being a TT is obviously you meet loads of different people and you just get to pick up like little nuggets, key nuggets from different people and
100%,
stuff.
man, 100%. Because they teach you about business as well. They teach you how to do like, even when it comes to like even accounts, how to market yourself. I train like big marketers telling me to do this, do that. Yeah. So I learn more than them that I've given. Do you know what I mean?
You're
that
giving
I've
back to
given
them.
them. Do you know what I mean? I should be paying them really for what they're giving me.
Yeah.
But I learned so much of.
Hope they're not listening to this, by the way. Prices are going to be changing. You'll be getting an email.
Ali, why are you talking about my stuff?
Nah, there's no names mentioned.
But yeah, so how does that obviously bring itself full circle to now? So obviously you've changed your business a little bit, so you're not meeting people physically as much anymore. So how has that changed? How have things changed for you?
Yeah, obviously I had to adapt to the situation we're in. I think people can still personal train outside one-to-one, but I'm not going to travel to central London to train a couple of my clients. So some of them have been doing virtual training.
Okay.
But what I do is, when I say online personal training, it's not on virtual. It's basically these people come to me because they have a problem. And their problem is not going into the gym and me holding their hand for 1 hour and training them. Because most people, what happens is they get a personal trainer, they train with them for 1 to 2 days per week. But on the other days, they're not doing anything that's required of them to get to them results, okay? So most of these people, they just need the accountability of someone. They don't need you to hold their hand and say, do 2 lat pull downs, 2 chest press. So you give them the accountability. So I give them the accountability, training structure, educational videos. So I literally hold like once a week, I hold open office calls with my clients, speak to each and every one of them, make sure everyone's doing everything they need to be doing. If they've got any problems, I address that. Like every week I have a yoga class a yoga teacher that comes in, teaches them yoga on Zoom.
Oh, sick. So you organize all of that for your clients? Oh, sick.
And then on Saturday mornings, I have someone that comes in, does a class for them, and then they'll do a class on a Saturday. So like the support is endless. And that's kind of what online training is. Most of these people come in because they just need someone to hold them accountable and get them to the result. They don't care about logistics. I think people get mixed up with logistics. Logistics is like how many sessions a week. They don't need that. They just need someone just being there, telling them what to do, and making sure they're hitting their calories or hitting their protein target. And that's all they need to do, get results.
So, you just said like you get someone to do the class. What difference is that to you doing the class?
Yeah, so basically
What's the idea? What's the thought process behind that? Because you can do the class easily, no?
Yeah, so I could do the class, but like I'm trying to delegate it. So like I could be doing something better with my time doing that. Do you know what I mean? So I could be marketing more, getting more clients on board. Like obviously yoga, I'm not gonna try and do yoga.
No, not yoga. Yeah. But also for a client, like for me, if I was doing that, I would feel like, wow, Ali's giving me so much, because obviously if I'm your client and you're doing these sessions, one-to-one sessions with me, cool. But then when it comes to class time and I'm still seeing your face, sometimes I could get bored of you, if that makes sense. So actually you bringing someone in, it's massive for them, because now 100%. They've got 2 new faces that they see, different people. Now it's not just Ali. Do you know what I mean? It's not Ali's giving me all these opportunities to do yoga, to see this person, see that person. So I actually think it works massively in your favor. Do you know what I mean? To do that, because now it's making me think like, oh, so now I'm not just working with you. I'm actually working with a team. Do you know what I mean? And people want to be part of a team, a group. No one wants to just be alone, because it can be boring. If it's just me and you every day or two, it can become like a little bit, I've got to see Ali again. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. This COVID, I was reading an article, like this COVID has literally like changed the online game completely for personal trainers. And one of the main things it's pushed is community. So most of my clients are like in a WhatsApp group, in a Facebook group. They're all talking to each other as friends, like sharing recipes.
Oh, wow.
Talking to each other. Do you know what I mean? Have all these, because I not just coach women. So that's like my niche, if I just coach women. Right. And the community they have there talking to each other, that's what they need. But people forget at this moment of time, it's not even just about the physical activity. People need their head to be busy with doing stuff like this, because it's going to help them so much in these times.
100%.
Right now, people that are training, most people ain't training just to get fit or build muscle, or some people ain't even training to lose fat. They're training because it just takes their head away from everything that's going on.
That's me.
Do you know what I mean? That's a lot of people are struggling right now, bro. Like they don't come out. So I've got clients in there that don't care about the results. They just care about
being part
how I'm going to
something.
make them feel mentally rather than physically.
So you've built up all this community, everything for them. So WhatsApp groups, Facebook, you've added them all. They're all in together. They're doing all this stuff. Yeah. And it's crazy that you said that, because now I'm just comparing it like you're basically running a football club.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Like, when you think about it, you're actually an owner of the football club, or manager of a football club, basically. Yeah. Well, I see it as an owner, because when you're getting other people involved to do yoga sessions,
those are the coaches, those are the managers.
They're the coaches, they're the managers, they're the people that are actually doing it. You're the guy at the top going, where like I'm going to take this football club on a journey, and you're probably going to run this business, I think, better than anyone else, only because of the experiences you've gone through. So you know what it's like being on the ground, which is being the player, which is your clients, that you're going to give them everything. If they do get injured or anything happens to them and not comfortable, you know how to deal with them, because you've been through that and know what it's like when you're at the bottom and no one looks out for you, no one cares about you. So like, you've got a massive things on any other PT that's going to try and not compete, because it's everyone's competing anyway, but anyone out there that's going to be, competitive in that fitness world, I think you're going to come out on top because of the experiences you've had as a footballer. Yeah, do you know what I mean? 100%. And you building that community, like obviously I'm guessing other PTs are doing it, whatever, but your experience is going to be more powerful than anyone's, because you've seen it at the bottom and how it runs, and now you're actually bringing it to life in the fitness world. Which who can say that? Yeah,
100%. I think it's well transferred over with everything that I've done before to what I'm doing now. But even like with the mentorship program that I'm on now, it's not just about making money. It's about delivering the best service possible for people to be valued. Yeah. Because once you do a good job and these people feel valued, money just comes and goes. Do you know what I mean?
100%.
You'll earn money regardless. If you're doing a good job, word of mouth. Do you know what I mean? And then you earn money.
100%.
So one last thing, just before we wrap up, is like obviously being an online personal trainer, or just being a personal trainer in general, like Instagram and like social media is like big. So like, how much do you have to put into like doing that stuff? So like making new content and showing clients exercises and all of that kind of stuff. How much time does that take up of your time?
It takes up a lot of time, to be honest with you, because if you're trying to keep up with Instagram, you need to stay consistent. I think a lot of people think that people just gain followers overnight. It doesn't happen like that, man, because you need to be so consistent with Instagram. Like I'm not even big on Instagram. I've got like 5,500 followers, but I was on 1,000 followers like probably 2 years ago today. But that's not a massive increase. But slowly, I know regardless, I'm gonna gain followers because I'm just putting in the reps in. Same with like the gym. Do you know what I mean? You just put the reps in.
Yeah,
he's gonna put the reps in, and every day like I'm thinking, shit, what can I post to give people some value? Do you know what I mean? And probably every day, maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours. The editing is just long. Do you know what I mean? Like I just film the video before I come in. I'll go home and try and edit that, and that will take me at least like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But yeah, so right now I've got that photographer, like I said to you, so I'm gonna send him stuff to do because it's just easier. And when you get someone that knows that thing better than you, it's just the content. If you don't invest, like I said to you, if you don't invest in your business and what you're doing, you're not going to get anything out of it, man.
100%.
And just one more from me. So being like, obviously I deal with young footballers, and have you ever thought about, because there's a lot of, I don't know if you know, there's a lot of footballers, young footballers, people that have been injured that go through that journey that you're going through, because it's the easiest way to kind of transition from football into the fitness world. It's one of the easiest things. Most other people go into coaching, but coaching ain't as easy because you're not actually doing anything. Like you're not physically, you know what I mean? So it's a bit different. But people go into the fitness, young players coming through and wanting to be going into the fitness world. What would you say to them, like coming up?
First thing I'll say is don't jump into it straight away when you're going into a gym when it comes to personal training. Try and go in like as what I did as a fitness consultant role, build a bit of confidence and never stop upskilling. So educate yourself consistently about what you want to do. Even regardless of how many hours you're doing on a gym floor, just see the bigger picture. Do you know what I mean? Just keep upskilling, keep learning. And that's what I'll say. Just consistency, man. Consistency. Yeah. That's all it is.
No, that's massive. And like, just for me personally, just seeing you to where you are today, I don't think like we don't talk as much. You got your own schedule, I got my own schedule, whatever. But obviously we keep in touch through Instagram and we see how everyone's getting on or whatever. And I'm one of them people, like my close friends, as much as I don't speak to them, I still keep up to date with what they're doing. So I know what you're doing and I'm seeing it and I'm like, it fills me with joy. It's mad because like, I'm just so proud, like, because I've seen you at your lowest and I've seen you at like before when like you wanted to be this footballer and then gone through that stage, come out of it, because I don't think people understand how much it takes to decide I'm not playing football no more. That is like I can't. Like,
I'm still struggling right now,
bro. I am struggling. Like I've probably got 1 or 2 more years left. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, bro. Even at max, and I'm thinking, how am I gonna say no to football? Like it's mad. So for you to say that at a young age, bro, it takes a lot, and it's amazing. And like I would love to see, and hopefully you do it, that your experiences become bigger in terms of like, instead of obviously you doing your PT and stuff, but actually teaching other PTs. Like that's, you know what I mean? You being the guy that's actually sharing, like, you know, you got your online coach, but I could see you being someone like that. So because you've got the experience, you've got the drive, you've got the hunger, and I'd love to just see you being the guy sharing that with young PTs coming up and people saying, yeah, Ali helped me on my journey. Ali helped me on my career. Do you know? Because now you're helping people on their journeys, but helping someone with their career, it's massive, as you know. 100%. Do you know what I mean? So hopefully we see you in that light, man. It'll be amazing. But you're doing a great job. Just keep it up, bro.
So Ali, thank you so much for coming down. We've had a proper good conversation, and there's a lot of good gems in there. If you're watching this on the YouTube, like we always say, you know, subscribe, like, comment, share. Yeah. People listening, you know, same thing. Follow, listen, leave a review, all that good stuff. And I'm sure we'll have a conversation in a couple of years and we'll see. Yeah,
100%. It'll be too big for us by then.
No, man.
We'd have to go to him.
I appreciate you having me on, man. And I see that some of your mates are not subscribing or liking us.
Like, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
bro.
But yeah, that's been a Detailed on Matt podcast. See you again soon.